My guest is Tamia Dow. She is a retired Las Vegas police officer, so also ex-military, is Christian. And Tamia, I have a question for you. My question is, in the police department, now I know you can't say every police department, but from your experience, if there's quote, now I'm saying quote, okay, don't tell me I'm not saying this, but if there's quote prejudice on the street with white police officers going after, the African American male and shooting them, or things are happening that's going crazy within the department, is there prejudice between the white police officer and the black police officer?
Well, I can speak from my experience, and I have to say there has been in my career. I have experienced it. When I came on in 1989, I was right out of the military, and I came onto my police department. I was the second Black female on my police department. The first Black female was actually working out at the airport. So I was pretty much the only Black female officer that was riding patrol out on the streets. And I had been told during training, specifically by two of my training officers, that I was a token, that I shouldn't be there, that I had taken a white man's job away. And now that has to, I came with military training. I was a military police officer in the military and had a criminal justice degree and scored very high in my rankings to get on the police department. But I was told that I had taken a white man's job and that I didn't deserve to be there.
Okay, so why would we not think that type of mentality would leak over into the streets? So the same guy that told you that, why would we think that he would not make the right decision when he's dealing with an African American on the street?
Well, I was told and always taught to be the change you want to see. So of course I was shocked by what was told to me. Especially coming from the military, I was very shocked because I just thought it would be like the military. And there was a whole lot of Black females in the military that were military police trained and that were officers, so I didn't think that there would be any issue in my local police department until, of course, I came there. And then I was told by white males their real thoughts of me actually being on the police department. Prior to me actually joining the police department, they used to, when it came to doing undercover assignments, they used to have white male officers dress up in blackface and put on dresses and things such as that, so that they could play undercover as Black, what they perceived to be Black and the way that they perceived that Black people behaved.
Wait a minute, did you just tell me that white police officers put on black makeup on their face to pretend like they're African Americans in a uniform? Is that what you said?
Yeah, we're talking about 1989. So think about
89. That was only like what, 30 years ago. I mean, that wasn't
right.
Very long. Huh?
Right.
That wasn't very long ago. So okay, so Tamia, I hear what you're saying. I think part of that could have even been that you were a woman. How much of this that you are a Christian, let me rephrase, let me put the question this way, because you're African American. Is the feeling of prejudice the same when someone comes against you as an African American as it is when they come against you as a Christian? In other words, the feeling of the prejudice coming against you as a Christian, is that the same kind of feeling as the feeling you would get if they were attacking your skin color?
Well, number one, I can't hide my skin color. Okay. So I can hide the fact that I'm a police, that I'm a police officer and I'm a very loyal blue police officer. I can hide the fact, not that I would want to, that I'm a Christian, but I cannot hide the fact that I am Black. And you keep saying African American, and I'm an international traveler. I travel all over the world. Sure. And I have never had anybody call me African American. I have never had anybody ever call me in my international travels anything having to do with Africa. I've always been referred to as an American.
Okay, so I have to have identification. So some people say Black, some African American. You would rather be called a Black person, lady, instead of an African American. Is that right?
Well, I would rather be called an American. You know,
I know, I understand, but we're within the context. I'm trying to get like, okay, what is the politically correct term now? Is it? See, here's what I'm talking about. The whole thing is crazy. Like, I don't
Right.
even know at what point a person becomes a black person, becomes a white. Barack Obama mother was white, father was black, but he says he's black, but he could have said he was white. I'm confused. So help me out here, Tamia. You got to help me because I'm really confused. We're in this world of prejudice where cops are coming and doing these things on the street, and now they want to defund the police department. What is really going on here? Is it really prejudice against black people, or is it a hatred toward people, period? Is this a sin nature? Is this a racial situation?
I think that the timing right now has brought to light a lot of the issues having to do with the Black race here in our society and other people of color, but more specifically recently, those people who are called Black. And when you say what makes someone be called Black, they say back in the I say the olden days, back when my grandparents were around, that if somebody had even one drop of Black blood, they were considered Black. And so that means that my nephews, all my nieces and nephews are all mixed race. We have mixed race within our family. We are Black Americans and white Americans within our family.
Okay.
So mixed race children are all still called Black, even though they are mixed race, have parentage just white and Black.
Okay, so I just learned something. I hope you guys out there learned something, that Black is predominant. Anytime you have any portion of Black in you, then you're Black. That's predominant. That answers my question about Barack Obama. Now, here's my other thing, is if you read history, we all, I mean, I'm not going to say we all, but there was a lot of mixing of the races. There was a lot of interracial relationships going on. So, Tamia, isn't it safe to say that a lot of people walking around that look, quote, white might have some Black in them?
It's very safe to say that, yes.
So, Tamia, why then do we have this great divide? Because I'm going to say probably 50% of the people walking around out there have some part of Black in them. And so yet we have this racial divide. So something tells me, Tamia, it's not just the skin color, because how dark does your skin have to be before somebody says you're Black? It can't just be the skin color. It's got to be something else. It has to be some kind of spiritual thing going on. Does that make sense? Or am I...
No. It makes sense in a way, except for the fact, as I mentioned before, that the first thing someone's going to see of me is that I'm Black, you know, and I'm a female too. And it's the same thing for our Black males. And why that's so sad is I saw on a television program the other day, and there was this man who was extremely educated and well decorated. His name was Dr. something or another, and he was a Black man. And he said that even he is terrified because we don't walk around with signs that say, for example, myself, you know, retired police officer, don't bother me. You know, we don't walk around with these signs. So the first thing people see, you know, whether they're police or just citizens or whoever, is the Blackness of my face. I can't make that away. You know. I'm very proud of who I am because I look at it like this. God made me who I am for a reason.
Yeah.
And so the things and the experiences that I have experienced in life are for a purpose, and that I need to use those things that the Lord has brought me through to be a blessing and to do like we're doing today, to help open people's eyes to what is really going on. We have to stop judging people by color. We have to stop being afraid of people because of their color. We have to remember that the common thread that the Lord has given us all is love. And we're supposed to lead with love and not with color.
You talk about what other pastors, so-called ministers, don't talk about.
I'm just so grateful for the work that you have done. So thankful for everything that you're doing and fighting for us in Hollywood.
Stop playing church. It's time to be the church.
And that's what I love about it.